had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Bengals and the Texans, and it's all up next.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they've come in on a nice run of recent. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Chase, the motion man right. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. You look at the defense for these Texans. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And this is what we talk, game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I won't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 18 carries, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now, the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him out of the end zone in this one.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing up.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the 2nd overall pick. The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Cincinnati score. A big play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often...
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during.
This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator because I said
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. Flush to his right. Now he's free up the right sideline. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go. Davis now. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
59-yard attempt.
And the kick is good. He had a little help there from the crossbar, but the carry goes his way. And that will knot us up at 10. So the Bengals drive about to get going. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, moving a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by M.J. Stewart. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 33. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores. Flushed out right. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Throwing again, Davis. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On the move to his left. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They go play action here on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Davis. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it. After a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10. Here's Davis throwing to start the drive. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Oh, nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. He is out of bounds right around the 34. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Looking to throw. Davis escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide-open receiver.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. 24 yards. And the Bengals are back within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is...
The Bengals drive about to get going. They had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone, and with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
This is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have scored again in his 3rd quarter. This time the move out in front.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 at this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now he's into the clear again. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
And you know what we just witnessed, partner? A new NFL record for single-game rushing by a quarterback, breaking Colin Kaepernick's record of 181 yards set in the playoffs back in 2013. How about that field vision, athleticism that we've seen throughout this game? It's been nothing short of elite.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2nd and 10. Running right, this is Evans. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Or even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. Throw right side into the hands of the tight end Sample. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. This will get the lead up to 7. McPherson's kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll begin on the ground with Evans. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Davis now, throwing on 1st down. Pushing his way through. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the 1st.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Will Anderson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And he fends him off. Flushed out right. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
What can they draw up now? Time to find out on a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Davis. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Looking to throw. Davis eluding the pressure right. And this turns into a nice game with a slide at the end. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, you should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Second and 6 coming up. Again, a run with Evans. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Now 1st and goal. Evans is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
Pardon me, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They'll look to run with Evans. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Well, they came so close, Charles. They were knocking on the door in a one-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.
And doesn't it feel like it just leads them asking what could have been? So many moments when they could have had a big play to change the outcome of this game. And let's face it, none bigger than that final snap that just fell short.
So for Cincinnati, the win